this video I'm about to share, it's just a couple recipes. We are a gluten-free family. My son is a type 1 diabetic, my second oldest, and was diagnosed when he was 6. And a few months later, we found out he had celiac. So over the years, we just have all moved over to being gluten-free. My third one was questionable, but we just immediately just put him on the gluten-free diet. So I just wanted to share, may share more if you're interested. Let me know below. Would love some recipes. Been doing this for 10 years, but sometimes I feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over. Does anybody else feel that way? Maybe just in general with dinners. But I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. Tonight I'm going to make some low carb, I guess you would call it beef stew. I don't really follow any directions. And also going to make some gluten-free macaroni and cheese. But first, I think I need some coffee. Okay, I'm going to make a low carb type stew. Got some radishes here, but I need to rinse them off. My coffee pot is still going. I don't know, I usually rinse my veggies and stuff off with vinegar, especially if they're not organic. These from Aldi's. Knife. Okay, I got my radishes done. I'm going to cut up an onion. I have a red onion here just because someone gave us one from their garden, or a few of them. So I thought about chopping it up in my chopper, but the stew, I think I'll just leave it in somewhat big pieces. I like to saute them in the Instant Pot before I add everything else. That with garlic, the onion and the garlic, I saute with butter. So I'm gonna get this chopped up. Okay, got that all chopped. I'm going to go ahead and got some butter I melted earlier for something else. Get that sauteing in the Instant Pot. I think I'm going to do like half butter and half oil. I have avocado oil. It's just from Aldi's also. Put that in there. I also just gonna, I got this garlic from Aldi's, and okay, I do look at where things come from, and that's why I get this one, because I know it's the US. And I have a garlic press, so I'm just gonna pull it out and get that sauteed with the onions. This is a garlic press that I've had probably for 15 years. It is a Pampered Chef. Well known. Well, not well known, but something people probably don't know is I did sell Pampered Chef for a while, right before I got pregnant with my third boy. And that's what my chopper's from. I have several things, and I do love them all, and I know they are very expensive, so I haven't really replaced things because of that over the years, but I do still have some stuff left. I'm also going to put some cauliflower in there. I am just really using what I have. I had some stew meat and some vegetables. Oh, there's something in there. I might cut these up in half just to make them smaller bites. When I first got the crock pot, it sat there for a while before I decided we were going to be friends. So, not the crock pot, I'm sorry, the Instant Pot. But I do love it. So, this is the stew meat. Sprinkle that meat in there. Get it sauteing, onion and butter. Okay, yes, that was a lot of salt. I'm going to try this seasoning that I get from Trader Joe's. I'm just going to put a little bit in there just to season the meat a little bit. And I'm going to show you what it looks like in there. Okay, so I just have the meat sauteing, browning a little bit. Mixing it up with the onions and the garlic. So, before I add everything else in. Okay, I'm going to try to do the rest. I had some chicken broth. Sometimes I use water. I have chicken broth. I'm going to try to do this one-handed. I'm going to pour a couple cups in there, or get ready to anyways. I'm going to hit the saute off. Let's see. Off. I'm going to pour that in there. I'll pull that off a little bit because it was in the fridge. Like I said, I'm sorry, I do not follow a recipe. I just try to use what I have. So I think I might just pick this board up and dump it in there. And then I have the cauliflower. I'm just going to dump that in there. Okay. Stir it up a little bit. Let's see. Get it stirred up a little bit. I think I'm going to try to fill it with a little bit more of the, I'll let you know what it looks like. And yes, more salt. And I know it's got garlic in it, but I'm going to put a little bit of garlic salt on the top. And I think that will be it. Let's see, I'm going to do manual. This is always a guess for me, but because the meat's in there, I'm going to hit 30 and see how that goes. We'll come back. Okay, my coffee is done. I had to show you my little mug one my boys got me for Christmas from Tractor Supply. And while we're waiting for the beef stew, I was going to work on the macaroni and cheese that I'm going to make tonight. This is one of the gluten-free noodles I will use. Never got any kind. I usually like just to get the regular macaroni noodles, but they must have been out or I accidentally picked this up. I'm not sure. But so the boys probably won't be too excited. They don't like that one particularly. But I'm going to make my own cheese tonight, so that's what I'm mainly going to be talking about. And I will need butter, some milk, which don't have that, but I have some almond milk and some half and half. Just a little bit of flour and a little bit of xanthum gum to firm up the cheese mixture. So, I'm gonna get started on that. Had to pull some butter out. Realized I was out of the fridge. Now, again, I've been making this for a while. We've been gluten-free for 10 years, going on 10 years. And been doing this for a while, so I just I originally found a recipe, but because I've done it so many times, I alter what I need or if I'm out of something. So, but I want to melt the butter in the pan. Real good. I've got this water boiling back here. Okay, the butter is melting. So I'm going to go ahead and pour some milk in there. Even with measuring, I'm about, actually this has not even been opened, about doing that. And I would prefer to use milk, but I think I'm just going to do about 3/4 cup of the almond milk. And I usually turn the heat down. Mine is on 3-ish, 4. And then, I don't know, about a half a cup of the half and half. This is something I started doing. I don't know, the boys haven't complained, but using a little bit of this granulated onion, like onion powder salt. I just use a little bit. I can't remember if the original recipe called for it, and just a tad bit. I feel like a lot of the recipes, if you look on the back of boxes, do have a little flavoring in them. So, and then of course some salt. And no, yeah, I don't measure. Maybe a teaspoon. You know, macaroni and cheese just tastes better when it's salty. Even though my gang will add more to it. So, the cheese I have, I usually use block cheese, and I have some in the fridge already cut up, or I would cut it as I'm making it. I'm not sure if this is enough, and I think this is mozzarella. This is cheddar. So we may mix this. It's the end of the week, so we're just using up what we can to make something for this Thursday night. So I'm just waiting for this to sort of get a little bit warm. And I do measure out my flour. I will use a tablespoon of flour. This is not my choice flour. I may talk about what flours I use later. This was actually a really good deal. I'm trying to make sure you can see it. Off Amazon. So, but I usually get the Bob Bread Mill. I use a lot of their stuff, and I think I'm only going to use actually like a tablespoon of that. That's a good thickener. And then I have a little tool that I like to use, and it's actually a little bent up, but it really mixes in those little that flour that I use. So, and I will show you what that looks like. Stirring it. Can't really go anywhere, you just have to keep stirring it. It's like a gravy. But it's definitely not thick enough yet. And really with celiac, I've read that you're not supposed to use, I mean, a lot of them can be sensitive to corn. But now it is definitely thicken up. I am going to turn the temperature. I'm probably just going to turn it off And my water from the macaroni is boiling. Now this is when the fun part starts. So I'm going to put you back down over here. All right, I went ahead and pulled the pan off. You don't want it to be on there too long because it will start burning the bottom of the pan, which can be famous for. And if you ever need to know how to clean a burnt pan, I can probably help you out. I'm going to say this is probably at least maybe a cup and a half. Now I'm not even going to use all of that, but and then just going to push it down in there and mix it. I might even stick it back on the burner. Help that cheese melt. So my water is boiling for the macaroni, so I'm going to pour that in. I'm going to pour just a little bit of oil in there, gluten-free, any type of noodles. They like to stick to each other, so you want to make sure you sort of stir them right away. And yes, I'm going to add a little salt to that too. Now, I do love this Trader Joe's sea salt because, let me see if I can get you to see that. It is just sea salt. A lot of them have extra ingredients in there, so it won't cake. There's the cheese sauce. So, and I'm going to let the macaroni finish its job, and then I will show you how we put it all together. Okay, the noodles are done, and I just drained them. We're just going to pour the cheese sauce in there. Just to soak it right away. So we'll do that. And I just took it off the burner. I'm actually going to set it back down here and let that cheese get real hot in there. Really, I may probably let this sit a little while before it's served. It's actually still early in the evening. But because it does, to me, get a little bit better if it sits for a few minutes. And so I'll probably just leave it on the back burner. It'll stay warm. I'll come by and stir it every once in a while, and it will be ready for a side item for this evening. So, all right. Okay, I've got my plate of dinner ready. Just wanted to mention that I did throw some of this just gelatin from Trim Healthy Mama into the stew to thicken the sauce up a little bit, just a tablespoon. So, and here is the plate. Just wanted to share that with you. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.